Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review Gilgamesh, so let's start from his stats. I must say that his stats is pretty decent because like you can see that he is quite tanky, okay, 120% health. That is really high if you consider that he is a physical DPS, okay. It is even higher than your recent tank Snow, only 70%. So yes, he has decent survivability, and if you take a look on his attack stats, it is also pretty decent. 200% attack boost. On normal form, he gets additional 800 attack boost, which is amazing. But the problem is, like you can see, the potion effect, it is really low. It is less than your normal average characters, because for DPS you usually get like 65 on potion. This one only 40, so it's low. Okay, so that's for the stats. Now what about passive? The passive is also amazing. He can get 100% killer when equipped certain weapon. Unfortunately, they cannot be stacked. What I mean by that, let's use this for example. So he gets 100% stone killer when equipping axe, mace, and hammer. If you want to, if you want to get 200% stone killer, you need to equip axe and mace. You cannot equip two axe, okay? Because you won't get 200% stone killer that way. That means for dragon killer, you can only reach 100% dragon killer. Okay, because there's only spear requirement for dragon killer, but you are quite lucky for beast killer because you can equip dagger, large sword. Okay, so you can get 200% by equipping dagger and large sword. Very nice. And you also get elemental boost if you equip this weapon. Like you can see the color, I hope you understand. White is light resist plus 50%. Okay, so yes, pretty decent. Maybe the only thing I don't like is he doesn't have innate dual wield, but that's also not a problem because his trust mastery word, which is amazing, also gives him dual wield. Okay, you get 40% attack, 40 attack, so it's okay to equip that. Very nice. And yes, those passives are applied to both normal and bravery form. Okay, and remember, he can also equip all weapons. Amazing. But the only difference is the bravery form. He gets 150% limit burst damage, of course, because his normal limit burst is not DPS. And you also deal 60% more physical damage against broken enemies. What I mean by broken is break gauge, okay, not normal break. Okay, so that's all about stats, pretty amazing. Now let's take a look on normal form. So on normal form, he is a chainer and maybe a setup for his bravery form if you want to use his limit burst. But the main chaining family he has on this normal form is Stardust Ray. It deals 84 times damage. So yes, it is above average because the usual number 72. So yes, he is decent on Stardust Ray chain. And he also able to chain with Chaos Wave Awaken chain. It is wind element, but it seems it is flexible. But even if it is flexible, I don't think it is that good because he only know triple cast. Okay, just try it by yourself. The damage modifier is quite decent, 62. And he can also chain with Tornado with 60 times damage modifier. Nice. Okay, Tornado is quite easy to chain. Very nice. And it also feel 3 to 5 limit burst to all allies, so very nice here. And yes, you can also make him into finisher. His finishing move deal 120 times. You can cast it 3 times. That means 360 times. Huge damage. And the best part is the animation. It is really fast. So I can say you can finish this easily. Okay, really nice. And he can also chain with other chaining family like Bolting Strike, Aurel Ray, but the abilities are locked behind setup. You need to use his limit burst. Okay, and on this form, he can also break the enemy stats by 85%. So how's that not awesome? Okay, good DPS, good breaker, and like you can see that his limit burst is insane, 300% on all stats. So that will make him tanky, offensive like hell or whatever. Sorry for the wording. And like you can see, it cannot be dispelled. So wow, pretty insane. And the best part is this limit burst only require 26 limit burst crystals. Yes, you may die in battle, but because he only requires 26 limit burst crystals, you can simply cast it again, and tada, you get 300% stats boost again. Amazing. Okay, so the extra skill only available for 5 turns, but like you can see, the damage modifier is high, 83 times and 130% in peril. Okay, on Brave Shift form, this ability is available from the start, but it deals low damage because he doesn't have damage modifier passive boost on Brave Shift form. Okay, so enough about the normal form. Let's take a look on Brave Shift form. On Brave Shift form, he is mainly Mirror of Equity Chainer. He deals 72 times damage with 200 MP restore. So with this, I don't think he will lack MP, okay, because you can simply use this, tada, your MP goes to full. And he also able to chain with Graviton Cannon, but I think Graviton Cannon is kind of limited, but most Final Fantasy V characters have this Graviton Cannon chain, so yes, maybe they are good partner after all. And this also break 80% all stats, so yes, I can say pretty decent if you use Graviton Cannon chain on the battle. And yes, you don't want to stop to inflict that 85%, and 80% is fine for you, you can use this. Okay, so very good break and DPS character. And yes, like I said previously, his Bolting Strike, Aurel Ray, and 120% all elemental in peril are available on the first turn, but like you can see, they deal less damage. But again, maybe the reason you use these moves or abilities are for the side effect, for the 130% in peril, for the all elemental resist in peril. So I think damage is not something you search from these abilities. He can also still break the enemy with 85%. So really guys, feel free to become Brave Shift or normal form. If you need that Stardust Ray, then stay on the normal form because you can chain with Stardust Ray. But if you need Mirror of Equity, change into Brave Shift form. But again, maybe, okay, I can say if you use him as normal chainer, his normal form is more powerful because he gets that 800 attack stats. Okay, so that will make quite difference. But yes, this Brave Shift form has something that normal form cannot do, which is 500 increased break damage for mace, axe, sword, spear, katana. So wow, 5 weapon breaks. I can see he will be used on future trials when you need to break this type of shield. Okay, really amazing. His Grandis ability, I can say it's kind of strange, but yeah, I don't think you will ever want to use this. Okay, first of all, yes, he is tanky, but I don't think you will gear him for defensive purpose because he can only use this ability once. Okay, so why do you sacrifice your defense, your equipment slot for defensive stats? Not right. And he will inflict 400 times damage. This seems nice, but maybe, okay, I haven't tried this, but I think this is auto cast, right? Maybe this cannot be put on the end of your chaining, so which means this is not that high damage. Okay, so just ignore it. And for his limit burst, he can get like 300% limit burst damage, 150% limit burst damage buff from his limit burst on normal form. Remember that your limit burst damage buff lasts forever. So if you really want to use him as LB damage dealer, then you simply need to use it once. You don't need to switch back between normal and brave shift form, okay? And because this only use 26 LB crystals, I can say that it is really easy to spam. Okay, as a finisher, it deals 520 times, maybe not special, but still it is higher than most of his chaining abilities, so it's totally worth to use this. Maybe you say, but it is 9 hits. Why you say it is finisher? I have tried this, but take a look on the animation, okay? It is 9 hits attack, but the first 8 hits only deal very little damage. Actually, not very little, only about 20%. So the 80% dealt on the last hit. And there is a huge delay between the, not huge, but significant delay between the first 8 hits to the last 9 hits. So I can say you can use this as a finisher. Okay, and yes, it may be not that high damage, but remember, this only require you 26 LB crystals, and you don't need to rebuff yourself with limit burst damage. So maybe in the long run, it can deal nice damage on par with recent LB finisher. Okay, so pretty decent character. So that's all about the brave shift form. Now let's take a look on the equipment. So for equipment, I can say that the normal and brave shift form are about the same. You simply need to focus on the attack stats, and of course through dual wield. Remember that he only get 150% through dual wield, so you still need 50% more, which is not hard to get. And yes, on brave shift form, you can make, or you want to make him into limit burst damage dealer. So in that case, build your limit burst damage boost. And I can say it is quite easy because he already gets 150% limit burst damage, which means you only need 150% more. And because there is an Final Fantasy V event right now, you can get the special weapon for him, and this weapon gonna give him 75% limit burst damage. So yes, you only need to search for 75% more, which is very easy to do, which means he can easily get 300% limit burst damage passive. So yes, his limit burst is powerful. Okay, and yes, he needs dual wield ability, so I think it's better to equip Genji gloves on him. For Genji helm, it's up to you whether you want to equip it or not, but I don't think it is a must, okay, because it only increases your attack by 45. Sure, it activates 50% attack because of it is one of the Genji equipment. So yeah, feel free to tinkering about those piece of equipment. But yes, Genji gloves is really nice on him, okay. And maybe for the first weapon, like I said, equip his bonus weapon, the Naginata. The secondary weapon you should consider is a weapon with killer or element that you need. So let's say you fight against beast, then your secondary weapon should be sword. Actually, for you, if you fight against beast, then your first weapon you can ditch that Naginata and switch for dagger or whatever. Okay, so really easy to gear, can equip all equipments, amazing. So my conclusion for Gilgamesh. So Gilgamesh, he is a free unit which doesn't need to be free. Okay, so even if he is not free, I'm still gonna force you to get him because he is really awesome, guys. Maybe you say, what? His damage modifier is normal, it's only a little bit better. But wow, guys, his role is versatile. You can use him as chainer, main damage dealer, breaker, you name it. Okay, he almost able to do all things. Heck, he even able to become a tank. Only for a few turns though. Okay, really good. Make sure you get it. Okay, don't miss this event. So I think if Gumi made mistake on the past by giving us Tifa for free, and I think this is their mistake in quote to us. Okay, really generous of Gumi giving us this awesome unit. Okay, really awesome. Gilgamesh, must be obtained. Okay, if you watch this after you miss the Final Fantasy V event, so you cannot get him for free, still he is worth for UOC. Really nice character. He can has amazing killer, nice free equipment even when it is limited. So make sure, yeah, just do the event right now. He is really that amazing. Okay, and his Trust Mastery reward, it is also pretty decent after upgrade. Okay, like you can see that 40 attack, 40 magic, 40% attack and magic. So it is really good for future or currently available hybrid character if you don't have that Raven heart. Okay, so maybe the only weakness he gets is, actually it is not weakness, but if you ask me to complain, I will complain. Okay, why his Brave Shift form doesn't get military way of life? That caused the bolting strike and other chaining families like Aurel Ray kinda useless in quote on Brave Shift form. Because yes, it only deals like 40 times damage modifier, but if you want to use it on the normal form, it is not available permanently. You need to use his limit burst again to activate them for 5 turns. Okay, so I think that's the only weakness. For the STMR, it is decent, but if you see this, it only grants you 45 attack, same stats like Trust Master level headpiece, so I don't think this is that amazing, but still, if you need Dark Resist, Paralyze, Confuse, Petrify, this is good. Okay, so yes, I think that's all I want to talk about Gilgamesh. Really amazing character. Make sure you get him, okay? So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Guide. Bye bye guys!